day after the massive 1,000 men.
1,057.
But the first 3-4 hours, that was the most intense. And I guess if I'm thinking about pain, the most painful sort of part of it, just because it was the most big numbers. It was gang after gang after bang. We did big groups, big numbers. And then when we started to slow it down, it was 5 people at a time. But whilst I was with that 5 people, the other 5 people was watching, getting undressed, ready. So as soon as the time was up with that group, the next group came straight in. And I don't think I had a break for the first 7 hours.
It's Triggered Thoughts, where the real ones speak. From the blocks to the boardrooms, every truth unique. GeniusMan, Verbz, divine lady 23. Shaking up the system for the world to see. It's Triggered Thoughts.
Listening to Triggered Thoughts, blood.
Yes, people. Welcome to the Triggered Thoughts show. Your man, the official GeniusMan.
I am your man, Verbz.
And I'm your girl at Divine Lady 23.
My beautiful family, how are you today?
Wife of beautiful.
Wow. Z for the last letter of the alphabet.
So wife of beautiful.
You.
Yeah,
Z for...
you lost the plot, bro.
Well,
What's happening, man? What's happening?
Everything good, everything airy.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
Verbz, how are you today? I see you're a bit groggy.
Nah, man,
Yeah,
I'm good,
like
man. I'm good.
Listen, you see this beautiful thing, you don't have to just,
What
it's a
beautiful
positive
thing?
energy, man. When I say beautiful family, and I take offense to that, Virgin.
It just sounded a bit fruity, that's all, man. I had to straighten it out.
Your mindset is fruity. Shout out.
Can't be using the word beautiful when there's another man in the room, blood. Louder.
Blood, yeah, man.
Why not?
Huh?
Yeah, I know.
Why not?
Verbz is the sort of person that wouldn't even wear pink. He'd be like, pink's for girls.
Why would I wear pink? The only thing I wear is pink is a tie, that's it.
Does it threaten your masculinity?
Exactly,
no.
Yeah, exactly. Because I had a pink suit.
The way you said no, though.
Yeah, I know.
What, a full pink suit?
I had Paul Smith one that I had.
Why? Oh my.
Yeah, cuz.
Full pink suit.
Yeah, honestly, cuz. Yeah, man. This was when I was going to that church. A full pink suit. Yeah.
No, that's suspicious.
I'm keeping 100 of you. Yeah.
I bet you have pink shoes as well.
No. Just that.
Trust and believe. It's not the ones outrightly wearing pink shirts that are normally the fruity ones. It's the ones that have the Batman outfits and the hoodies and they got the whole bravado, like, man don't do that. Same way they say, man don't eat vagina. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hear
usually those ones.
I hear that. You all right still, what? You're not catching me in no full pink outfit, man.
Gun in.
I'm straight as they come, but you're not catching me in no full pink outfit.
We'll put you in a pink outfit, bedroom. Don't play with me. I'll put you in a pink outfit.
No. So what? One of these days we're not going to have a pink Triggered Thoughts show T-shirt or something.
I'm gonna get one done.
Wear that, man.
I'm gonna get to hook up something, man. Pink. Verbz's picture on there. Does that what I mean? And you see Verbz with the thumbs up like that. Is guys, I'm supporting pink.
That won't be on my skin, blood. I leave that Pink Panther business to you, blood. You hear me?
Not the Pink Panther, you know.
Oh God. Anyway, let's get this show on the road. People, today's episode is very controversial. You might know her as Bonnie Blue, the woman that has slept with 1,057 men, and the time is less than a minute for each man. That's what I found out.
Less than a minute? I thought it was 2.
No, less than a minute still. Okay. So she did it within 12 hours. Imagine 1,057 men.
Yeah, from 1 a.m.
12 hours.
1 p.m. to 1 a.m. Yeah.
That's a big bunch of bananas she's carrying, blood.
My God!
You know, for me, this kind of, it puts the wrong message out there for the queens. When I say that is when you are out there, you've got a platform and you use that platform to promote foolishness. And knowing that we're in a day and age where people follow things that are trending, they think it's cool. And we're in a time where people do a lot of things for views and likes. You see what I mean? And this woman is not only obviously put herself out there like that, it's just the repercussions, the backlash from this. You see what I mean? And then on top of that as well, you've now opened up yourself to potential sexually transmitted diseases, because if we keep it 100, these contraceptions that we people use nowadays, they're not 100% guaranteed.
What do
You
they
see what I
use
mean?
nowadays?
Hmm?
What do they use nowadays?
Condoms, the pill's not going to stop you from catching HIV, gonorrhea,
Yeah, but I'd imagine that
syphilis.
she ain't gonna go through that many amount of men and just be on the pill, cuz.
No, but I'm just saying in
No, they
general.
all had they get condoms handed out to them.
Mm,
Mm.
mm.
Her mum's her PA.
Her mum's a
So her
PA.
mum, yeah. So her mum makes sure that everyone gets condoms handed out to them.
That says more
That's
than it.
mad.
That's mad. That says it all in
See,
it.
that. If anything, you think my child, if I had a girl pick me, that she would be able to tell me that she's doing that, and me as the parent is going to endorse that kind of behavior?
What are you gonna do about it?
Hey, you'll have to get cut off. Are you joking? You would have carry on with that wayward behavior. I'm not. No way.
She's still
And for
gonna
them,
take a ton of sausages whether you cut her off or not, though, and it's still your daughter.
no. But the thing is, I mean, what people are failing to realize is that it'll be parents. People will be looking at the parents. They'll be frowned at. What's going on in the household?
Yeah,
Where's
cool.
this
But
come from?
even if you cut her
Where's
off
this
and she
come
still
from?
does it, they're still gonna look at it like that.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I'll let people know that this is my stance on this. This, I don't, I don't condone that behavior. I said, you know what? It's either you stop that foolishness, or just what I mean, like you don't exist. Yeah, that's embarrassing,
And
man.
then people will be like, it doesn't matter what he says. Something still happened when they brought her up.
So would it be better if she still slept with all those men, but just didn't do it so openly? Would you feel better with that as a parent?
No, because to be honest with you, like once again, as my young kids get older, I'm gonna teach them a lot of stuff that I wasn't taught when I was in my young teenage. I'm gonna tell them, about the soul ties, sexually
Yeah,
transmitted demons, sexually
yeah,
transmitted diseases. Yeah, I'll be educating them. So once I know that I've done my part and I've educated them on things that they wouldn't know about, then just I mean, you're no longer blind. Like light has been given to you, so you're no longer in darkness. So it's up to you
yeah,
if you choose to go down that path. But just say that there's consequences for that action, both natural and spiritual. But
yeah,
once you've been
100%.
equipped with that knowledge and understanding, make the right choice and the right decision. Because I'm going to let them know about the potential. Your future is going to be cut short in terms of what you want to do. Because now, if you get a girl pregnant, and you have some women, they're not going down the abortion route. So I mean, their stance on that is like, you know what, whether you want to support or not, I'm keeping that child. And and the kind of the moral and principles and my mindset on the matter, like there's no way that you're gonna know that you've got a child there, then you're not even going to man up and provide for it. No. That's because I mean, I'll use myself as an example. So imagine
Yeah.
if I did that to your mum, or I did that to my wife. You know what I mean? So
No,
no.
100%. But how
So I
many
mean,
parents do you think actually teach their children those things? One, a lot of parents shy away from the conversation of sex and the body, full stop. And then you don't really get a lot of parents who actually discuss the ramifications of the spiritual attachments that you get from being with somebody.
you know
A
what it
lot of parents
is.
don't discuss that.
You know what it
That is true.
is a lack of knowledge.
Yeah, that as well.
In Hosea it talks, when people perish for lack of knowledge. And on top of that as well, some parents don't know how to approach their child with that. Like even my son, I said to him, what's your understanding of
I beg you
sex?
stop
Does that
saying
mean?
your children's names, bruv.
Can you bleep that out? Yeah, can you bleep
Yeah.
it out?
Well,
Yeah, I
the
said,
last episode when you was talking, man, you mentioned your whole family's names. I was like, my goodness gracious.
oh, for real, yeah, I have to
Yeah,
mind to stop doing that.
yeah.
Yeah, so even at my oldest, I said to him, look, it's that time to get you, for you to understand and know about that. But he's chosen to. He said, Dad, you know what, like, I don't really want to know about that yet. You know what I mean? But then at the same time, I had to let him know that, you know what, what I don't want is for you to go into the world blind. Explained to him, I sat him down and explained to him, about, you know, his penis, what it's for, like just like breaking it down. You know what I mean? So that he's not ever left, like putting a
How old is he now?
embarrassing 12.
Okay.
Yeah, he's 12. But he's that 12 where innocent 12 that you know what I mean, like he does stuff that a 12-year-old should do. So like when I have that conversation with him, that that shyness, and he's like, oh dad, like that. Does that what I mean? So
You'd be
he's still got
surprised,
that innocent.
man. You'd be surprised. He might be innocent, but you'd be surprised at what they know.
Oh,
Yeah, they
something.
know stuff. Because my
Yeah.
daughter's 12 as well, the youngest one. Because she
Mm.
comes and tells me all the stuff that they do at school and how this one's got boyfriend and this one's got girlfriend. And she's like, and they're trying to pressure me about one boy. And I told them straight, I don't like him. And I'm like, yeah, good. Don't follow them because what are you doing with your boyfriend at
That's full
that age?
transparency, though. Your daughter coming and openly telling you that without you having to encourage her to say that. That's full transparency. But I'm just saying, like kids can still play with Lego at 12, 13 years old. Some kids, you get me?
Yeah, my children do. Yeah, they still do.
And they still can have enough knowledge about sex more than you even imagine, blood.
Oh yeah,
it's true.
You know
Definitely.
So I'm just saying, don't ever think that it's never the case. It's best to approach it that you do know. It's best to approach it that you feel that they do know. If you get what I'm saying,
yeah, they do. This lady that slept with so many people. Her real name is actually her OnlyFans and pornography name is Bonnie Blue. She's around 24, 25 years old, I think. But her real name is Tia Bellinger. And she actually grew up in a small village in Derbyshire.
Yeah, she's well off.
Didn't have her biological father around, but she had a stepdad. And she got 2 half siblings. And like I said, her mum's her PA. So
that's like, it's embarrassing, man. Can't even laugh. It's ridiculous,
got,
man.
Plastic surgery and all them things there as well, or BBL.
Yeah, she looks older than 20-something though.
Yeah,
she is that age.
She does.
But then, if you've got so many spirits lying up with you, you think condoms protect you from
chocolate demons.
So, like I don't think people realize that once you've connected with someone on that level, you take out all their demons. That's why one of the times when she did it, wasn't she bawling afterwards?
No, that was another one. That was Lily Phillips.
Ah.
I think are they brethren? I think they're friends.
Probably, yeah.
What's the situation? Like crying through embarrassment or just because they were getting shamed?
But what I got from it was that she felt overwhelmed. That's what it was. If she was being honest with herself, something in her broke that day that she knew, really, this ain't the fuckery she should be doing. I'll be real. It's wild. Like, the world is so confused that I look at it and I'm just like, there's so many confused people in the world. Like, you actually have to give thanks when you're not actually following the rat race with certain things, because you got a lot of people doing a lot of ishme that I can't even really say anything too tough on it, because everyone will start falling out of their pantyhose. Literally.
You know why I felt she felt overwhelmed?
Yeah.
I feel she felt overwhelmed because I feel like she's been I don't want to use the G word because everybody uses that word. I feel like she's been coaxed or encouraged by family members, because I know that one as well. Her parents, I don't know if they're her agents, but her parents endorse what she does.
Yeah.
The Phillips one, but I feel like she's been coaxed or encouraged into that world, whether it's by agents or whatever not, and she's done it because of her need to want to make money and be successful. And I think the reality of going on all them podcast runs that she was going on and ending up on the shit borough, I should say, you know what I mean, ending up on there and all that, like, I think all of that reality probably came back to make her realize that shit, man, like, was this even the right decision? I'm getting a lot of
Mm.
bad press, you get me?
Yeah.
For something that I thought I wanted to do, but I actually don't particularly want to do this.
Yeah,
Mm.
some other women tried to do it. I can't remember what country it was that they did it in, and they got arrested. The country said, "Nope, we ain't having. You're
Mm.
not having
And,
it. You're
but
not
this
even
is
bothering." Yeah, it's wild.
this and this is my concern. Do you see what I mean? Because all it takes here is people to, do you see what I mean, start to embrace that foolishness, and then before you know it, we've got a whole generation of walking female demons. You see what I mean? And it's not good. I don't know if you saw as
Mm,
well that she went into details, the bruising, like she said, the physical toll it took on her. Like there was
Bruising
pictures I
where?
seen in the newspaper on her legs, her arms, bite marks, and on top of that as well, you have
mm,
some men, they're into this masochism. This what I mean, this, pain, they get off on pain.
mm,
So this what I mean, but she was seen to be bragging about it in the papers like it was something good that happened. She was showing it off, and the papers had different pictures of her, showing the red bruise marks on various parts of her leg, arm, neck. Is that what I mean? And for me, like, you have to be fully gone in the head to even brag about such a thing. Like, it's very demoralizing. It's
mm,
embarrassing. You have no shame. Is that what I mean? And for me,
mm.
the reason why I wanted to touch on this subject is because we're at a time, as I said before earlier, that this generation is just happy to do anything to go viral.
Yeah.
Just imagine, guys. Like, we already had these stupid challenges. What is it? The paint challenge and other challenges where people are potentially putting their lives in danger. But
Mm,
this could be seen as cool. Imagine now girls like think, let me see how much man I can sleep within a day, and let's challenge each other to see who. And that's all it takes is for one person to do it, then two people. As Verb said, there's Lily. Then you just said there's someone else, and then just imagine how we have
mm.
the whole world embracing such a thing. Do you,
Remember,
do you, do you know what that could do?
It
OnlyFans is
won't,
full up of women, and
it
young
won't be the
gal,
whole world, literally.
What you say, some perhaps?
I said
So
OnlyFans is full up of females, bruv,
I'm
of
sure
all
there must be
different
men on there
ages.
too.
Yeah, I think
Mm,
there's men, but I'm saying it's full up of women on there that do all kinds of madness. There's men on there as well, but
Yeah,
I don't watch it. But I'm just saying,
yeah.
like, I just
mm,
know from what I know of, remember, over COVID, that went up. The popularity of
Mm,
that went up by, like, I think it was 94%,
mm,
okay.
Over COVID, it was always there, but the popularity of it went up by 94% when people couldn't find jobs or they were worried
Yeah.
about making money and that. And then you just had this boom of females and probably men as well jumping on
Mm.
there making money. But as we know, when it comes to that kind of industry, it's the women that get the notoriety and it's the women that get all the higher paychecks in it because they're the ones that
Well,
they're bringing the audience.
yeah. If
mm,
men want to pay for things like feet pics, of
That's what I'm
course.
saying. Yeah. So they're the ones that bring
mm,
in the audience so they get paid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Average £500 a pop or something for feet pics. Who wouldn't sell feet pics in this climate
But
right
remember,
now?
that it started off from what I'm aware of, because I used to say
Shoot,
that,
I've
and someone told
considered it a
me,
time or two, mate. Like, that's
mm,
money. No, but seriously though, like the world. Do you know what I've noticed? We're all here to play a part in it. It's like a
mm,
big circus, if I'm honest. And I always just pray that no matter how much the devil might tempt me, I'll always come back to my senses to not even entertain certain things. Because
mm,
what people don't realize is once you go down that rabbit hole, you're never going to be the same. How are you going to tell your kids when you're older, if you even are lucky enough to have kids, that when you was younger, you just let over 1,000 men run through
um,
you?
I'm happy you touched on that, D. I was gonna say, you see, the
Like,
replay. Yeah, you beat me. That was one of my things
we
on the
have to be
cover.
careful with
Yeah, the
what we do. And
bullying. Yeah, the bullying
yes,
and all that. Does that what I mean?
yeah,
And another thing as well. You see, with what she's doing there, she is reinforcing toxic masculinity as well. Does that what I mean?
yeah.
And what I mean
Well,
is
all
like,
those men that
you,
went. All those men that went, they were lining up, and they all
Mm.
wore blue masks because I think they had to wear these masks. Maybe it's to
Yeah, I see
conceal
that. Mm.
their identity, right?
Mm.
But when you saw that there was every kind of man there, big man, small man, black man, white man, it was like,
Mm.
and some of them, probably a majority of them, have got women or wives. I'm
Yeah, I was
telling
there,
you.
man. I was there with my mask as well.
Mm.
Shut up, man.
Verbz was there.
Shut
He
up,
was there,
bro.
man. You know what I mean? He's the guy at the back. He's the guy at the back. You know what I mean? Going like that. And
You know,
he's got the tats. Do you see?
Genius has exposed that he was watching it, you know, is what I'm saying. So it was bad. Yeah,
There it's none.
but you know, and next thing as well, she's also promoting very unhealthy expectations, because with that as well, you have some men that have a sense of entitlement to sexual pleasure from women, and some men, as you know, portrayed women as sexual property. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, Andrew Tate's. Need to throw that in there. Does that what I mean? And when you, as a woman, glorify such behavior, yeah, you now sow a seed in a lot of, you know, when I say men's hearts, for men that are, you know, like that can't see what she's doing. So there's a lot of men will say, oh, you know what? They see that, and then all of a sudden now they tarnish all women. They think, oh, you know, all women are like that. This is what I mean. This is, and you have some people. There's some men are naive, guys. Like, if we're honest, they are naive. They'll see that, and then there'll be some men. Yeah, look, all women are like that. Women are this, and just what I mean. So,
sheltered, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's that? So to cut you guys sheltered. What's them? There's a name for them men that they don't really go out. They're like hermits, but they try to approach women on social media and on dating apps. And when they
Yeah.
get turned down, they turn into like men that are very angry and frustrated with women, and they actually go out and attempt to like take the life of a random woman in response. There's a name
Yeah.
for it. I can't remember what it's called.
you just killed my next. I was going to touch on that towards the.
Psychopath.
Oh, is it?
Psycho Joe.
Oh my
Sorry,
God.
anyone called Joe, but you know,
Bloody
psychopath.
hell, Verbz,
Sound
man.
like a psychopath.
No,
to
they
me.
got like, yeah, it is. It's a fault, but they got like a actual. I can't
A
remember the name
special
of
like
it. Yeah,
diagnostic name,
yeah.
like where they've been diagnosed or something.
Like they got an
Yeah.
incredible hate towards women because of the. They feel like they can't. They'll never be successful with women.
Mm,
You get me? So they become incredibly
yeah.
angry and go out there and try to take out their anger on like a random woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all mad
There's
Right.
that.
still.
There's that. Also, we're at a time as well where even a lot of these young youth, yeah, they have access to social media. They still have access to things that they're not supposed to watch. So just imagine the impact that this woman is having on children. And I've seen already that there's parents that have raised concerns saying, you know, like that what she promotes will give, you know, impact children's understanding on healthy relationships. You know what I mean? Because it's
100%.
like, yeah, you know.
100%. I remember when I was working in the youth centre back in the day around 2003, and do you remember there was a state? You know when we had like the Sony Ericsson phones and that?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, do you remember the one?
PH387, yeah.
I think the one after that, like the little black one with the orange buttons
Oh, I
on it.
remember that. The it had the loudspeaker. It's like a
Yeah.
headphone one. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
The Walkman. Yeah,
you
yeah. I
can
know.
save
Yeah,
videos and that on there.
yeah. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one. All the youths in the youth centre, most of them had pornographic videos
I
in
remember
their phones.
those.
They were downloading
Yeah.
them, and it was like clips of like when a
Women
woman's
with
giving
horses.
fellatio. No, that one as well. But when a woman's giving fellatio, and the man will put her head back by the ponytail, slap her in
Yeah.
the face, and then put her face back in position again. And I remember
Yeah.
at that time, they said that the violence, the level of violent sex had risen.
Mm,
You get me? Aggressive sex had risen because of what the kids have seen. So in this
yeah.
day and age, when you see things like that Bonnie Blue or Lily Phillips and that going viral, don't think it's just viral through adults. The majority of the people that see those videos when it's viral is teenagers.
Jesus
It,
Lord.
it makes sense. But you know, one thing I love in guys is the simple fact that, you know, especially in this fallen world now, that there has been a lot of backlash. She's been getting a lot of backlash, and I love that because she's
Yeah.
made several appearances on podcasts, and television, and it's generated a lot of complaints. People are,
Mhm.
voicing their disapproval of her actions, and they
Yeah.
rightly should do. Do you see what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you're promoting something that's very unhealthy. You see what I mean? We don't need an unhealthy trend like that to go viral now, where manipulate and mess up people's minds. With this ideology that it's good to be,
Yeah.
it's good to slat out yourself. This slattery behavior is terrible
But
because what it will
negative,
do now.
negative is the new positive, though, isn't it? So although she's getting a lot of complaints and stuff like that, I'm sure that's going to give her exposure.
Mm.
Yeah, but I heard she was crying on the other hand. Like, does that mean that she was down in the press because there's people in the comments. But even when I put her up today on the other day, there was a lot of women that were like, she does not stand for what we stand for. There was a lot of women that were very detailed in their comments
Yeah.
regarding her wayward behavior. They were like, nope. You see
Yeah.
what I mean?
Because where
Sorry.
did we get to this road where,
Mm.
like, I don't know, don't we have enough conversations with each other? Don't we have enough conversations with our kids? How did we get to this point where we don't really believe in the sanctuary of man, woman, and child anymore? Like, it's like, fuck's sake, man, never drop me down in this bitch again. That's how I feel about it. Like, it's fucking
Financial gain,
ghetto.
innit? Financial gain
It's
pulls
Financial
just,
human
gains,
beings, pulls
people don't
human beings
believe
down
in
fame,
the wrong road.
fame,
love
riches.
and family and legacy and
Mm.
just being content with one person. But I think, is that because as human beings, sometimes people are just not contented with their self. So they have
Yeah,
to
that
keep
as well.
seeking
Mm.
individuals out, one after the other, and sometimes multiple at one time,
Mm.
to try and ease some sort of lack of satisfaction within
Yeah.
their self.
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
You
wild
know,
behavior for me. As someone who, maybe I look at sex differently because I got abused as a kid. So
I'm with
that
you when
might,
it comes to the way you think about sex, mate. Like it's
mm.
it's it's a deep thing. It's not something that you should be giving out
yeah,
like
even
that. But
even as men, we don't teach our men even enough that you should be hella bougie with your sexual energy, because half these girls that you're lying down with, some of them are the reason why you're broke and you can't get nowhere in life, because they put a
Mm.
100%,
spiritual entity on you
yeah.
and snatched
Mm.
your future, snatched your legacy. It's a real life thing. But try talking to narrow-minded people about the actual depths and
Mm.
ramifications of spiritual entities when you're having sex with people, the energy that they can leave on you. And then if they're having sex with multiple people,
Mm.
the different energy that you're going to feel is wild.
Mm.
100%,
Especially as
man.
someone
Yeah.
who doesn't get down like that. I know, because I've been in relationships with people where I know you could tell me 100 times you're not cheating, bruv. I know you're cheating. You know why? Because something's off in me, bruv. And that
Mm.
Mm.
something is you, literally. So when you're
Mm.
tapped in like that, trust me, you'll know. You'll know if your woman stepped out on you. You'll know if your man stepped out on you, because you'll just start to feel unsettled. And it's because this fucker is bringing back all these entities to you and not actually keeping it a buck.
What the thing?
Literally, your
Mm.
spirit needs cleansing, bro, before you even lie down
Mm.
with certain people. Or sis,
Mm.
like your energy needs cleansing. Hence why, as soon as a man lies down with you, his ting starts smelling. He's just got bad luck. He's lost
Mm.
his bare things have started happening. And
Yes, I see repercussions.
he'll
Yeah.
know. It's because you know what? I
Yeah.
fast up with that one Jezebel spirit when I really shouldn't have.
100%,
Mm.
And
Mm.
definitely.
you know as a woman, trust me, I know as a woman, when I'm lying down with a man, I will know whether you're some alley rat. And you can lie all you like, but the only person you're lying to is yourself. Because I'm going to sense that energy, and something in me is going to feel unsettled. I'm just going to,
Mm.
no matter which way I spin it, my spirit guides, my ancestors, my Father
Mm.
God is not going to let up, because he's just going to keep shoving it in my face.
Mm.
It's because I'll just know spiritually, because high vibing people who don't get down like that cannot mix with low vibing people who have those entities on them. Because the
100%.
moment you do, it's going to fuck up your life. Excuse the pun, but I'm just keeping it a buck. It's gonna fuck with your life. That's why I don't sleep around. I can't lie. I've been on my journey now of being celibate for nearly a year, and I'm comfortable in this bitch because I can just look at people and see demons on them. I can look at people and see that your spirit not clean. You can't lie down with me because I can tell your spirit ain't clean, literally. And more people need to get to that type of discernment because everyone's joking about, everyone thinks it's cool to do certain things, but one day, whether you believe it now or not, you're gonna have to answer to a higher being called God, and you're not gonna have the correct answers because God already knows them. You can't even lie to him. Do you understand? But everyone thinks
Listen.
it's a joke. Everyone's so swept up
Talking the
in
tiff,
this
man.
realm
This is
that they
very
don't
deep.
even feel like there's a next realm. So that's why everyone's
Yeah,
going down these mad different rabbit holes and
yeah.
experimenting with certain things. It's easy to get caught up in that. We are our flesh, right? So we're having a fleshly battle as well as a spiritual battle. But it's wild. Teach your children that there's a God. Teach your children that cleanliness is next to godliness. Teach your children that they shouldn't just sleep around with, be it a boy child or a girl child. Reserve your energy because when you're giving
Facts.
your
Yeah,
energy out like that, trust me,
yeah.
sometimes you're pushing hard in life, but you just can't seem to get nowhere. Why is that? It's because of the entities that you let
Yeah,
attach themselves to you. That's what it
it's true.
is, you know?
It's true. That's
So,
that's deep. Love that. That was
Powerful, powerful.
powerful. Yeah, that was powerful, D.
Definitely.
Um, Verbs and the next thing as well. Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard. I was reading that she's had some legal issues as well. This bunny woman, like
mm,
she, where certain countries, visas has kind of been disrupted. She's been banned in certain places, and all these sort of things. When you're now in the press, you're already in the press for negativity, but now certain countries don't even want you in their countries because they already know that you're just a bad influence. But on top of that, now that will do damage to her career. You know what I
yeah,
mean? You know.
yeah,
Um, I feel as well, even when you're behaving like that, as you know, there are some countries as well where they have very high standards, especially when it comes to certain cultures as well.
mm,
Traditional expectations. This, I mean, it's bad enough. This, I mean, already some women, get called, sluts. There's the slut shaming,
mm,
and especially where certain countries hold very high traditional values when it comes to sexual activities outside of wedlock. Does that mean?
mm.
And I know in some countries, man,
What
it's like
countries is that then?
we're talking like Iraq, Iran,
Is it?
Yeah,
Saudi Arabia. Yeah, mate, you lose your life in some of these countries, man. You stay
But them
there.
countries, them
yeah,
countries, them countries
Yeah.
there, they like to pretend that they're doing them things, but in secret they're doing the most madness.
mm.
Mm,
I
You get
mean,
what I
I
mean?
think there's
yeah.
a country that even just said that now a man can serve time in prison if he has sex with a woman without the intention to procreate.
My
Can't
God!
believe- It was in the news.
My God!
It was in the news. I need to actually research it properly and come back with the actual factuals. But yeah, I was like, wow, okay.
Dubai, I
Yeah.
remember at one stage in Dubai they were saying that you couldn't go there and share a hotel bed or something if you was married and that
If
because
you
of
weren't,
their
yeah,
strictness and all that. But look how much of them man there are selling for gal to go Dubai so they can pee on them and
doo-doo
poop
in
on
their
them and
mouth.
you know what I
It's
mean? Like,
disgusting,
oh
man.
man, these same countries that
It's
are talking about they
disgusting.
got this strict thing or whatever, they do the most madness, bruv.
Mm-mm-mm. Everyone's got their thing in it, I guess, in some way that the devil will try to test you with.
Mm.
Some people it's sexual energy, some people it's money, some people it's weed, some people it's alcohol. There's different things. Some people
You're
it's
right,
their
yeah.
identity. Do you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's why you've always got to like know how to come back to that place, man. You can't get
Mm,
so lost in what everyone else is doing or get so
mm,
caught up in what you see in the physical realm because you don't know what's working for you in the spiritual realm. Do you know what I'm saying?
mm.
It's like a lot of
Yeah.
people might look at you, look at me and think, don't rate them. They ain't nothing. But I don't know how highly you're ranked in the spiritual realm. So
Mm.
I don't know. Trust
True.
me, like I know people have done that to me, and I just think cool in it because when you know whose daughter you are and whose son you are, you don't worry about nothing. You
Trust
understand? You
me.
stay in your own lane. You don't compete where they can't compare. There's no point in even competing because you can't compete where you don't compare. I is I and you is you. You know, you won't get so caught up in the foolishness, the trickery of the world.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's all trickery. It's one big fucking circus, and you've got to decipher if you're going to actually become one of the clowns or not.
Yeah, it's true.
Literally. And the
It's
thing
true.
where it starts is having your own mind. You think any of my friends can sell to me that spreading crutches is a good thing?
Mm,
Listen, brethren, you can't even sell that shit to me. I can't lie. You can't. There's nothing you can say to me that will make
You,
me think, yeah,
your head strong though, man. You're not
I'm gonna
vulnerable,
jump
man.
on the bandwagon with you.
mm,
Let's go to Dubai and let someone shit in our mouth for £10,000. £10,000.
mm,
Are you okay?
mm. Is that the
So
tradition in Dubai then?
that's what they do. That's what they're doing. A lot of these
Them
people out
IG
here.
models, innit? Them IG models going over there. That's what they're doing, bruv.
And it's like, be
But who,
careful.
how's that? Like, I don't understand. How's that? Do you get
Bruv,
someone? I don't even wanna.
you always go like you don't know nothing, man. This guy, you know.
No,
And the thing is,
this
they
stuff
will
like
go
that.
there.
No, man.
Come on,
They
bruv,
will
man.
go there and
Damn it.
think that it's going to be one man shitting in their mouth, right, for
Damn.
that 10 bags.
But this.
But then when they get there, apparently there's bare girls there and they're all lined up. And then there's bare man too that's going to shit in their mouths.
Okay, that's
All of
this is
them's
too
going to
much,
get shit
man.
multiple times. And what can
This
you
is.
do? Because you're already in the environment, you put yourself in the environment,
Oh
right?
my
So how do you now
god.
tell all these men that you're not letting them shit in your mouth? Why would you do that to yourself?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh
Why?
my god. Do you know
But
You
about
the
all
me-
this
see
stuff,
me?
Verbs?
yeah, well, I heard about it. Yeah, the mere stuff that you even traveling down there for
Yeah,
sexual favors for money anyway, blood, is a
yeah.
madness within itself. You
I
get me?
always say to women, if a guy says he wants to fly you out, I can't lie. For me as a woman, nah.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not flying out nowhere. Do you know why? Because if you are serious about me as a woman, you're going to come to where I'm at.
Mm.
I'm not going nowhere. You got to come to where I'm at.
And book
Straight up.
yourself a hotel too.
Yeah. Like, you need to come to my country and then show me who you are in my space. You can't expect me to leave my comfort zone as a woman to go anywhere with you when I don't know you from a can of paint. No, I'm not traveling nowhere. You cannot convince me to travel anywhere, especially because then I'm going to be in your domain. I've traveled to you. Come on, we're adults. I know if I'm traveling to where you're at, you're expecting pom pom. Let's keep it a buck. Yeah, let's keep
Yeah.
it a buck. I'm talking to my brothers. You guys are like my brothers, my
Nah, for
cousins,
real.
right?
Of course.
Like, and I've learned from observing men and listening to men, literally, because when you actually listen to men, you learn so much. You learn so much free game, literally. And I see that, yeah. Now, if a man's serious about you, he will come to where you're at to pursue you as the queen that you are. He's not telling you to hop on a fucking plane and leave all your shit behind to go to where he's at. That ain't no man's play. That's child's play right there.
Yeah, it is. But there's women out here requesting when if certain man message. I've heard man say that they've messaged certain gal on Instagram, them IG type looking models, and they'll come with a fee. Like before I even chat to you, you need to slap up a fee, bruv. 1,000 before I even chat to you back. Man's hearing.
And these men pay it though, don't they?
Some of them don't because they're not gonna do that. But I'd imagine for them to even be asking that, there's definitely a horde of men out there paying for that.
See, and this way it makes me question, right? Like, who is to blame for this facade, this whole circus thing that we got going on between men and women? Because I can't actually tell. I'm like, is it that the men need to be more disciplined? Or is it that the women need to set a certain standard, then the men will go by that standard? Because It's all kind of effed up still.
Can I say something? And what I'm gonna
Yes.
say is gonna be controversial, but I'm just gonna be bold and say it. And I don't mean
Yeah.
any disrespect, but I'm gonna say it. A
Mm.
guy once told me, and I thought it was a very mad statement at the time when he said it to me. But when I worked it out, it's not that hard to work out. But when I sat and thought
Mm.
about it for a while, I realized he's right. I do think it's
Mm-hmm.
both people are to blame. But a guy said
Mm.
to me, as long as there is women, there will always be hoes.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
That's a bold
Listen to
statement. And I was
that
like,
line, women.
what? You get me? But the man said, as long as there is
Mm.
women, there will always
Wow.
be hoes.
Wow. I
You
hope
get what
you
I'm
women
saying?
are hearing this line right now that he's dropping. Like, as long as there are women, there will always be hoes.
Make that
Mm-mm.
out as you will, innit? But like, I just think
Deep.
it says a lot, man. You can perceive it in different
That's deep.
ways. Do you get me?
It's
But
deep, but
basically,
I
how
understand
how
it.
I read that is that there's gonna be good women out here that are setting the example for being a proper
Mm.
woman, disciplined. But there's always gonna be, when it comes to females, there's always gonna be women that will give up themselves for money.
Yeah.
Mm.
Even sometimes
Yeah.
not even for money, for free, just
Yeah,
because some women, and they won't like me for saying it because, some of them don't like truth serum, but I don't give a F straight up. Just like you got some women who will always sneakily envy another woman for the man she's got and try and steal him.
yeah,
They just can't help but be a harlot. That's what it is. They
yeah.
can't
Mm.
help that they've got that Jezebel spirit in them. Sometimes they don't even know they've got a Jezebel spirit in them, but it's all over them. And for me as a woman, I can tell when the next woman's got a Jezebel spirit. So I only can imagine how the men can sniff it out. Literally,
Mm. And,
they
and
know
let me
you're
give you
gonna.
let me give you a different example as well. That's kind of deep,
Mm,
yeah.
hmm
Certain times I've watched documentaries about like predatorial men that or sex men that seek sex services that will travel
mm,
all over the world, yeah. And when you go to certain very impoverished countries and you see women
hmm
who are selling their bodies for sex because they come from a very poor country in a poor location, yeah,
mm,
and then they become of age where they realize they're no longer sexually desirable to a demographic of men that require those services, and they
yeah.
have daughters, and the women coax their daughters into giving up their bodies to take over and still keep the money coming in the house.
Mm-mm.
So when I hear that saying, as long as there is women, there will always be hoes, those are the kind of women I think about, blood.
My God!
Yeah,
My
it's
God!
sad.
You will give
That
up
is
your
sad.
10-year-old, 12-year-old daughter because you're now approaching 50. The man
Crazy.
don't find you desirable now, but you're going to make your
Yeah.
12-year-old, 11-year-old daughter go with a big 50, 60-year-old hardback man so that the money
Mm-mm,
keeps rolling and you
mm-mm,
can pay the bills.
mm-mm.
Poverty does a madness. I get it because people will say, well, they're broke, innit? I get that. But,
Yeah,
bruv, come on,
it's
man.
deep, isn't it?
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
deep.
Regardless of
It's
what you
deep.
require, does your picnic really deserve that, though?
Yeah,
I know you want to
exactly.
get the money to feed them, but I don't know, man. You just, to me, you're gonna have to find another way, man.
Yeah, straight up.
You get me?
And to be honest, if you don't need to, I know as a woman, you don't need to use your crutches to obtain anything
Mm.
personally. You don't. I've never had to do that to obtain anything that I've got in my life, or if I wanted something specific. I've never had to do that shit.
But you live in
Uh,
England. Well, if I threw you in another location, like, I don't know,
yeah, but women in
Brazil.
England do it too.
Yeah, they do. They
Women in
do.
England do it as
Yeah, they
well.
do. They do.
Do
But
you
I
know what
think
I'm
that
saying?
there's a thin line between, like, sorry to cut you, sis. There's a thin line between, like, when you're really impoverished and when
Yeah, yeah,
something
yeah.
appears to be the norm. So that service is really out
Of
there. You don't
course.
have to go and do it, but
Yeah.
you know that rather than go and educate yourself and go uni and get your degree and so you can get a
Mm,
big salary, you know that all you gotta do is buy a cheap outfit, slap on some makeup, advertise yourself here or stand on the corner, however which way you want to do it.
Yeah.
And you know, by the time you lay down with that person for an hour, that's, I don't know, if you're doing it on a cheap, that's 50, 70 pound. If you're doing it on a classy level, that's, I don't know, 500 to a grand.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
You
I
get me?
don't even judge those people because, I feel like I said, we've all come here to undertake different journeys, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like as someone speaking from England, I've never had to do that. But I know some gal would do that even just for 3.5.
Crazy.
Literally, you know what I'm saying? So,
Mm,
yeah. I mean,
It's crazy.
and not to mention that some people just love sex. They have that
yeah,
spirit on them where they need actual help in regard to it.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? And it could be for many different reasons why they even like that. Maybe they got exposed so early at a young age. Maybe they weren't taught. Maybe they have a spirit on them. It's wild. It's actually wild out here. You got to thank God that you're not even going down those slippery slopes, literally, because as you can see, the family dynamics are not quite how they used to be in a sense of like, and when you've got people like Bonnie Blue selling sex basically, and her mum's her personal assistant, and her family is kind of okay with it. It's don't know, man.
yeah.
But they were
Of
all sinners in our own way, so I don't know.
course. I remember I put up remember Genius when I put up a post, I think last year about OnlyFans should be taken to court because they're like, what did I call them again? I referred to them as like, they're like pimps.
Mm,
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You know
Yeah, I
what I
remember.
mean?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Like, even that
mm,
Bonnie Blue, as nasty as as she is and what she's doing, all of them or whatever. Now,
Mm.
I do honestly believe, although we're in modern times and, the devil's here putting out
mm,
Mm.
stuff and making people move a certain way, I do honestly believe that these people are kind of coaxed into this. They're vulnerable people, they've met the wrong person or
mm.
whatever not. It's gone downhill and whatever, you get
Yeah.
me? Because I don't really know of. I'm not saying that there's no women that move loose that don't brazenly speak about it, but to the magnitude of how they're doing it, doing podcast runs
Yeah.
and going on interviews and traveling the
Mm,
world and to like this is marketing, and I think people underestimate how these people are put in a position where they have to do that. They're told to do that.
Yeah.
mm.
Do you get
It's
me?
Yeah.
mad.
In order to
Yeah. It's
market this
mad.
thing and make mad money, this is what you have to do.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Do
I
you know what I
can't
mean?
even imagine that they're actually a whole person behind when the cameras are switched off and all of that. You must be a broken person. That's just how I see
Yeah.
it. Like
100%.
you
Yeah.
could you can lie to the cameras, but once those cameras switch off, you are going to feel broken. I cannot
Yeah.
imagine you
100%.
feeling any other way. It's wild to
Mm.
me to think that you're actually a whole person because there's something about you that's screaming broken. I can't lie. Even when women I've known have tried to act like sex ain't no big deal, they can sleep with multiple men and it's no big deal. I'm thinking,
Yeah, they're lying.
yeah, why are you lying to yourself though? Because we as women are not wired that way.
Mm.
We're not. When you lie down with a man, he's taken something from you, literally. You may be able to get that back depending on how you can heal yourself, but if you're just sleeping with men, you are just chipping away at yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
You get me? You're
Mm.
letting all these men take from you, but they're not actually coming with anything substantial to deposit back what they've taken. Do you know what I
Remember,
mean?
not every man stays within your boundaries as well. So if you're a
Yeah.
woman having sex with man, not every man's just gonna stay within your sexual boundaries. Some men are gonna
Mm,
push it a little bit. You get me? Push the boundaries a
mm-hmm.
little bit and go too far. We're gonna be like, hold on, what you doing? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Do you
Yeah.
know? It's that brings me to something else. Following on to what you said takes place in Dubai. Yeah, with
Mm.
the shit in their mouth. It's just like, ugh, it's just disgusting, man. Sexual
I can't believe you swore, cuz that's mad.
sexual objectification. Yeah. Um,
Mm.
these things will promote more men thinking that, women can be objectified, and
Mm,
seen as sexual objects rather than full human beings.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And just to be used just for their desires, like basically like an agency. When someone goes into an agency,
Yeah.
what have you got available? Just what I mean, I'm ready to
Mm-hmm.
work, and it's sad. And the problem
Yeah.
with this situation as well, it could lead to a situation where more women are judged more harshly,
Mm,
for engaging in sexual activities. Because remember, a man doesn't get the same reputation as what a woman does. So it's more frowned upon when a woman engages in, you know, um, a lot of sexual activity
yeah.
other than a man. With men, it's kind of seen as a trophy. But I
Mm-hmm.
feel that, and I know a lot of women, even my wife says, like it's crazy how, you know, women get tarnished with a very bad reputation, but that same tarnishing doesn't go for the male race. And it should be just, I mean, it shouldn't be because
Yeah.
it should be both ways. And I think if there was enough
Why is it
women,
crazy? Why is
because
it
what it is,
crazy?
it's still like, it's degrading. It's not a good thing to be sleeping around anyway. And I feel that if there was
Yeah.
more women that were like, you know what, if I know that you slept with multiple partners, sorry, I can't even be with you. Is
I
that what I
have a
mean?
saying in regard to that, and I always say a loose mold man is just as bad as a loose mold woman for
Yeah.
me. Because if I
Mm.
know you slept with every Tom, Dick, and fucking Harry, and I can't even walk down the road with you because every gal we bump into, you've laid down with her, that's a problem. I'll be real. I don't want no
Mm.
alley rat.
But you know what the
Mm.
problem with that is, yeah? Let me just
Yeah.
add a little sprinkle, as Divine would say, yeah? You know what the
Mm.
problem with that is?
Mm.
And let me just say it straight. Um, Women desire, whether with some women will disagree with this, but women desire men who attract women. Women
Mm.
don't desire men that don't attract nobody.
It's
Men
true.
desire women that are attractive, but men don't want women who get bare man.
Mm.
Mm. That's a
You
good point.
understand? That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So when a woman is walking with a man, women might have a bit of a jealous streak, but they like to know that when they're
Yeah.
walking with their man is the whole, that's where the figure, for me, the whole
Yeah.
thing of tall, dark, and handsome comes from. The protective,
Mm.
big, tall. Look how much women go mad for that. The
Yeah.
actor guy that plays Aquaman.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah? Them kind of like big, tall, muscular, tattoos, whatever not. The woman feels protective when she's walking. It's like she's walking with a warrior, almost like she's walking with
Mm.
security, blood. And all the
Yeah.
women are looking like, oh my God, if you get what I'm saying. But she's like,
Yeah.
I got him. He's all over me. If you get what I'm saying. Women like
But
that. You
do you
get what
know
I'm saying?
sometimes the women only actually like the man because of the type of woman he's attracted? Sometimes it's the woman that he's with that makes him attractive.
Yeah, 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 of
And the women
course.
only want him because they're thinking, rah, like he must have something going for him per se,
Mm.
because
Yeah.
he's attracted this really beautiful woman.
That is
But
true.
then they get with him and they realize that actually, no, it was her that made him beautiful. It's her that gave him that pop, and that he's
Yeah.
actually as dry as foot bottom.
Now there is that element because I've seen man that I know that ain't that attractive that
Mm-hmm.
they're confident and they will go out with they taught me certain things that if you go out raving with four women, you're getting
Mm.
bare gal for the night.
Yeah,
You know you're with four women and you're the only man, bare women is gonna give you attention.
yeah.
You know what I'm
And that's
saying to
why I
you? But
say, is it?
at the same time, like
Mm,
I do strongly from what I see, women like men that attract women. That's the bottom line. If you're in a relationship
mm,
with your woman and you're walking down the road and your woman's not with you, but you're
yeah,
walking with a swagger step because you're taken and you're happy, you will attract females because women can
mm-hmm,
smell the confidence
mm-hmm,
coming off you and you've got a woman. They will come to you, blood. When you're
Mm.
yeah,
single, you can barely attract anything, bruv.
exactly. And that's
Mm.
why you shouldn't be a dumb ass nigger, yeah, and take the bait.
See what
Because
I'm saying?
trust me, once you ain't got no gal, them women ain't gonna like your dry foot. No way, no how.
But I think that's why. that's why the whole thing of what you said earlier, Genius, that women get a bad rap. If you get what I'm saying, why the difference is.
Yeah,
See what I'm saying to you? I think that's
that's
why
true.
women get it more. Plus, as well, women are bearers of children. They carry babies, so people probably see their bodies as more. I'm not saying that all the time. I just do think like there's an element of that where people see that your body is supposed to be your temple. You're supposed to look after it and
Yeah,
respect it a
it's
little bit
true.
more
It's
than the
true.
man does.
Mm-hmm.
You get me?
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's
And you're
true.
just
It's
giving it
true.
away and flinging it left, right, and center, and
100%.
making
Yeah.
Yeah.
sausages poke up in your womb and shit. Like, allow it, bruv. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's mad.
Yeah.
You know.
And that it makes me think, do we actually hold the power, but we've just given our power away? Because I think if women were more selective about
Very good
sex
statement.
and sleeping with different people here, there, and everywhere, maybe the men would pattern up. Maybe the man would behave. Like when I see women
Historically, in
giving,
certain civilizations, didn't women run things?
yeah, because I'm like, when I
That's what
see
I'm saying.
women allowing men to be in the yard with them, he don't contribute, he don't do the things that a man's supposed to do, but you're still giving him sex. I'm like,
Mm.
That's what I'm
how?
saying.
How do you crack open your foot and it's not dry like the Sahara Desert because he's not even doing the manly things?
Hmm.
How? He doesn't, he struggles to even take the bin bag out. How?
You're the min mags again.
Mm.
No, but it's those basic things that you see people, men struggle, so-called men struggle with. And then you have these four women who accept it, the bare minimum, and it's one big shenanigans, man. It's just a mess. Men ain't men no more.
Mm.
Women ain't women no more. Just like, what's going on? What's going on up in here? It's wild.
It's mad times, man. It's mad times
It's
we're living
mad.
in still. You know what I mean?
Mm. I wanted to add my more important pointers, for anyone that will be listening to, because us at the Triggered Thought Show, we're about community, and we're about enlightenment, as well as providing solution to communities. What I'd like to add is, for anyone that's thinking on going down the same route, or you don't think it's something good for attention. Yeah, the dangers of that is
Mm.
you risk opening yourself up to soul ties, demonic power. Um, Not only that as well, with sex. Remember, sex is not just sex; it's sexual energy exchange. So when you engage in sexual activity, a man and a woman, yeah, what happens is now there's an exchange that takes place. So now you now will start to manifest certain behaviors of the man and vice versa. And even worse, if that person has had multiple sexual partners, you take on all those characteristics. And this is where you find, ladies and gentlemen, that a lot of people have a lot of mental illnesses, sadness. So if you're someone that never used to be depressed, down, sad, all of a sudden now you start manifesting these
Mm.
things, you start to notice certain behaviors that you never had before, because this is to the spiritual realm. So,
Mm.
anytime when you engage in sex, just remember, sex is not just physical; it's also spiritual, and it's to do with energy exchange. So you have to be very careful who you lay down with, because the same way that you can get a sexually transmitted disease, you can also get a sexually transmitted demon. Is that what I mean?
Yeah, boy.
As part of that as well, the health risk as well. Once again, you're opening yourself up to gonorrhea, chlamydia, NSU, which is non-specific urethritis, which is like a burning sensation, discharge. Does that mean all these sort of things?
Mm.
Syphilis, HIV, herpes, yeah, all these sort of things. And ladies and gentlemen, we got to keep it 100. You using any form of contraception will not 100% guarantee that you will not get a sexually transmitted disease. Does that mean? Even so much more if you know that this person you're engaging with is not someone that is faithful. Does that
Mm.
mean? There's that. So that's, danger one, health risk, um, physical harm. You have certain men, likewise women, that, have certain fetishes. Fetishes, does that mean?
You're struggling
And
with
so,
that one, mate.
I know, innit? Tongue tied, innit? You know, the
I sound
fetishes
like Porky
is
Pig.
you're throwing me off, man. Let me finish. Let me move, man. Yeah, that certain people like to be beaten, whipped, you know, tortured, burned. There's some people that are into some wild stuff. There's what I mean, burning people with iron, them sort of things, the physical harm. So just you know, once again, there's a lot of people that don't really know the deepness of the people they're engaging, because some people have some wild fantasies. Is what I mean.
Yeah.
The emotional trauma. You see, you mentioned something else, Verbs. I mean, like even there could be some sort of maybe grooming that took place with this woman from a young age. I believe that maybe her mum may have had some part to do with it, because the simple fact that her mum's the manager, I'm wondering if the mum maybe sowed a seed. Was a
Yeah.
seed sown into this young woman's head? Where did the idea come from? Where did the concept come from that it's acceptable to put yourself out there? Does that mean? Because I'm sure her mum would know there's going to be backlash. Does that mean? Just think about
Yeah.
the negative comments. Your people turning against you, being called a hoe. Every social media page outlet you go onto, you're getting slandered on TikTok, slandered on Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp.
Yeah.
It's a madness. At some point, does that mean it's gonna give you depression? I don't care how tough you are. I'm sure
Yeah.
at some point it's gonna make you're gonna break.
And
Does that mean?
she wasn't raised by a single mom. I just want to make that clear, because a lot
Mm,
of people like to use that as a
mm,
reason why certain kids turn out a certain way. No, sometimes a
yeah.
person can have two parents in the household, or a male role
Mm,
model and a female role model, and it still don't make no
mm.
difference.
Most people only talk that single parent shit when it's black kids stabbing black kids. That's the only time you hear them talking that talk.
And that's another thing I wanted to bring up. I get that some people were outraged by it, but do you think that there would have been a lot more outrage if it was a black woman?
I reckon there would be. It'll be
I
more.
think
Yeah,
there would have been
there
more
would.
outrage if it was
100%.
a
You
black
reckon?
woman doing
100%.
it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
What you mean by like the whole media and the public you're talking?
The media
Like
would have.
the way people would have slagged and
Mm,
dragged that black woman
Oh
mm,
yeah. I
to
get you
hell
coming
and
from.
high
Yeah.
waters.
mm. Yeah,
Literally.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
It would have been viewed so differently.
Mm.
Yeah, no, 100%. Um,
So,
from the emotional trauma, you know, and I'm sure she's already manifested this already. The feelings of shame, guilt, low self-esteem, they come as a package, one after the other. Does that what I mean? Depression, deep depression. Does that mean all these sort of things? Also, by promoting this type of behavior, yeah, it could also perpetuate negative stereotypes already with, you know, women already. Does that mean, oh, all women are hoes, women are sluts, oh, look at this, they're all like that. Does that mean, so by her doing that, you are now adding and fueling for men that don't already respect women to disrespect women even further now by you, does that mean, broadcasting like that? Because already you have some people that their mindset is just warped already. But you have some people, they will never change their mindset. If they feel that all women are dirty or women are sluts, I mean, that will just even reinforce it even more. And I would say as well, just overall, promoting this kind of activity is dangerous, because there's always, every action, there's a reaction. So by you doing this and putting it out there, I mean, the repercussions are going to be, it's going to be damning, and it will never leave you. It will never leave you, because even from the time that you have, you know, put yourself out there like that, you have already set a legacy for your future. Does that mean if you have children now, they're going to now have to deal with the consequences that you created, because you thought you were just about the money, you was about the fame. You've got all that now, but you have to also take the package, which is the disrespect, the cusses, the shaming, and the tarnishing. That will never go. Because I posted out something the other day with a racist woman, and this post was going back 15 years. So this social media thing is not something to play about with. Because imagine if I can pull up something going back from 15 years ago, yeah, and you can still find an article in the BBC papers, Guardian. It just goes to show. So we have to really, as individuals, be very careful on what we promote out there. What we want to go viral for, does that mean? Because once you're tarnished and you're stained, it's very hard to really recover from that, because once you're now labeled as being a particular something, it's very hard to now to come back off that, or even try and persuade people otherwise, because what they see is the impression that they're gonna have of you. Do you see what I mean? Simple. Yeah, that's what I want to add on that. People.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
conversation, mate. You know
It
what I mean?
is. It is, because I get it. Like, we're all sexual beings, right? We all have things we like sexually, but I don't understand why we can't do that in the confinement of man and woman. I don't understand why we always have to do the extra stuff. Like, if you want to be a freak for your man. Why you gotta be a freak for everybody in the whole nation and the whole of the internet? I just don't understand that part about it, if I'm honest. Like, but I
Money,
think
innit? Money and
it's,
marketing,
yeah,
mate.
Money, fame, yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I think in the grand scheme of things, it won't actually matter, because she'll surprisingly probably still go on to find a husband and have a
Course.
cute little family with a white picket fence and a dog
Course.
or a cat, literally,
It's true.
you know? So then that begs me to question, maybe guys don't like nice girls. Maybe guys like the hoe. They like the freaky hoe, the nasty, get down and grotty type of woman, if we're honest, because
I
I
don't
see
think
a lot
all.
more of them getting wifed up than the ones that
Yeah.
actually sit down and keep their skin still.
Sometimes it's trickery though, innit? Sometimes the whole moves to a different locations and starts afresh, or sometimes
Nah,
there's a
sometimes that
fairy
man
tale.
knows.
Sometimes there's a fairy tale story, like what's that movie, Pretty Woman, blood. The rich man then will go and try and change up the prostitute, you know what I mean, and make it be
Yeah.
his wife. Pretty Woman that gave prostitutes hope,
Listen. Yeah, it's
you know what I
true.
mean?
Yeah,
Mad,
but
mad, mad, mad,
hey, I
mad,
guess
mad,
everyone
mad,
has
mad, mad.
their poison or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Remember
But it's,
rich men, a lot of rich men like trophy women, you know, so even though I don't particularly think that that woman's attractive, I won't say she's ugly, but I don't think she's attractive. But like
mm,
a rich man would look at that as that's wife material, because she's got that look that a
yeah,
British rich man or a European rich man would look at and be
mm,
like, "That's my wife." You know what I mean?
yeah,
Be
yeah,
seen on a yacht on holiday and all them kind of thing there with the
yeah,
bikini, and she's got that look. So a rich man likes a trophy woman. If he wants to change her, he will be like, yo, let me propose this. I can take care of you. You don't have to do this OnlyFans thing
mm,
no more. And you know what I mean? You only got to look at footballers. Footballers pass the same unit of women around them like flipping a deck of cards, blood.
mm,
There's like eight females around Premier League footballers that will be dealing with one for a few months, finish with him, then she's gone with his teammate, then she's gone to this one over there at the club around the corner, and this one over there. They pass around the same gal, blood.
I've
It's
even let
mad.
the king free him off. My
Yeah,
God.
mate. See what I'm saying? So
Mm-mm-mm.
it's mad. Like, rich man has got different mentality when it comes to, you know what I mean, trying to find themselves a wife. As long as
Yeah,
it looks pretty, they don't mind. It's a trophy to them.
wild.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Some beat down trophy.
So
Trophy
I'm
my
saying.
ass, mate.
Yeah, I think black man and most ethnic man ain't touching that kind of gal there after them numbers there. They're like, nope. You know what I mean?
I don't know, you know.
Not
I
not
don't
touching. I think
know.
they'll beat, but I don't think they'd wife. That's
I
that sticks with us different, you know.
mean, I don't know for black men, because a lot of them are losing their essence, if you
Yeah,
ask
they are.
me.
They are still, but I still think there's an element of shame, although they're losing cultural things and that. I do think
Mm,
numbers and things like that is still kind of somewhat important to people
yeah.
of ethnicity, especially. I'm not saying that there ain't no Europeans that ain't like that, because there are still some as
Mm,
well. But I think you'll more find them. I've seen behaviors in clubs from European people that I would never see, not never see, but you stand a harder task of seeing an ethnic person doing the same thing. You get
I
me?
don't know, you know, because I've heard black men say that they like going to the club, especially when there's white girls, because they know they can get white girl to eat their yam their ass crack. And I'm like, really? Because I know white girls
Wow.
that don't do that. So if that's why you're saying you're going to the club, that's wild as a black man for me to hear you say that. Literally,
That's
I've heard
mad.
black men say that shit. So,
That's mad.
I don't know. I don't know. I think I think you can only just look at the world, look at the internet, and see how wild everyone's gotten. It's the devil's
Yeah,
playground,
it is. It is.
literally. And people
Definitely.
get so swept up in it because, you know, I got 50 likes and I've got 100 views and
Yeah, dear.
oh,
It's
my
mad.
validation has gone up. Oh. So when you're not someone who's seeking validation, listen, they hate you because they want to know why you're not. What makes you so special? Why you're not seeking validation? How come
100%.
you think so
Yeah.
highly of yourself? They hate that.
Mm,
They
yeah,
just
true.
watch you sometimes, even wait to see if you're going to fail just because you're not following the rat race of what
Yeah,
everyone else is doing.
yeah,
You're
it's
not
mad.
promoting all the nonsense that everyone else is promoting. Like, and we're not silly. We know as adults, yes, you do sexual things when you are in an intimate relationship. But the point we're trying to make is why have we all got to sleep around and teach the children that foolishness? Whatever happened to the sanctuary of man, woman, and child? What happened to that?
Yeah.
What are we teaching our kids
Well, is
about
it us? Is it
self-respect?
us teaching them? Because I'm not saying that we keep up with them immoral things, but the people that do, they put their things on platforms where there shouldn't be kids, but the media allows kids to see these things. You get me?
Yeah,
So is it them teaching them it, or is it the media allowing children to have access to this madness? You get me?
yeah,
Because really and truly,
yeah.
what they're doing should stay in an adult space.
It should, but as adults who have children, we should also teach our children certain things and don't let the internet grow them up or school grow them.
Maybe
Because I
don't put your
feel
youth on the
like,
internet in the first place when they're on certain ages. You get me?
and that too, do you know what I mean?
So I'm
But
saying,
if we
we're
don't
giving our youths
discuss
phones,
stuff,
we're giving our youths phones at 6, 7 years old and shit like that, then you're wondering why your
wild,
youth's gone clear.
yeah,
By the
I never
time
did
they're
that
like 8,
shit. I
9
tell
looking
you
at a
that
madness,
much.
you get me? Like, you got yourself to blame as parents, bruv.
Yeah, I never
You get
gave my
me?
kids no phone till they were in secondary school. I don't business if your friends have got phones at the age of 9 and 10. Why
I'm
does a
the
9
same.
or 10-year-old need a phone? It doesn't make sense to me. Like it's
Exactly.
wild.
Exactly.
I don't know, but maybe I'm just old school. Like,
Different people do their thing different ways, but me
yeah,
personally, I'm not trying to have my youths be no addict of no gadget, bruv. So
yeah,
I may try to
exactly.
block that, bruv. You get me?
Yep,
You know what I mean?
yep. I
I'm not
feel
into
you on
that.
that one.
You gone silent, cuz.
No, I'm just listening to you guys.
I can't deal.
It's funny, man.
That is madness.
It's funny.
That
It's
is
funny.
madness.
Oh, it's so isn't it? You're
That is
funny.
madness.
You're funny, man. You're
Yeah.
funny.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But
But yeah,
yeah,
it's
we want to
been
close up. You got anything else you want to add, or you closing the episode? Cause
No, I've said everything I needed to say, man.
yeah, I notice every time you finish an episode, it's like you don't do no outro. You just go quiet.
No, because you lot of talking, innit? You lot finished talking, man.
This
You
you
finished
know,
talking, man.
this bloody bruv.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, guys, we've come. I hope you've enjoyed today's Triggered Thought show
Why for come?
on Body Blue. We hope that you found this, enlightening, and that you've taken something from this, and maybe like hopefully you could share this video with others, and just help us get out there. Please subscribe, support, help us as we are bringing something different compared to the other platforms. And yeah, that's myself, the Genius Man, out.
Goodbye from your boy Verbs.
good night from your girl at the Fine Lady 23.
Guys, thank you so much, man.
And we'll see you next
Powerful.
week on the next episode of
Of the Triggered
Triggered
Thoughts
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 Show.
Show.
show. See you later, man.